Sorry, but I had to turn the comments off for this video. There's just too much anger and drama. So let's get on with it here. What I'm going to do in this very pseudo-scientific, unscientific experiment, and it's just for the fun of it. It's just for the pure fun of it. But let's compare in 3 different sizes here, different types of taps. And the only way I have of measuring is to use the torque meter. I know that some of you do not like that, and I will be using this Bow Lube as the sole lubricant, and there is the number of it here someplace right there. It's a new product to me. I don't think it's new, but so for instance, in the 5/16 18 coarse thread size, I have drilled F drill, and that'll give us 72% depth. And what I'm going to do is run hand taps, both plug and taper. We'll compare those. And then this is a spiral pointed, what we call gun tap or machine tap. And I'm getting a lot of comments of people saying that's the wrong tap to use. That's a hand tap. You can't power tap. Yes, you can. If you look in all the catalogs, they're going to call these hand taps, but they say also for machining. And I have tapped probably 100,000 holes under power with what we call a hand tap. And in the second group here, it'll be 3/8/16 coarse thread, and I've drilled 5/16, and that'll give us 72% depth. I know the critics are going to say you have to ream the holes. These holes vary in size, and they probably do, but it is what it is, and this is the way it's commonly done. This isn't MIT. And finally, in this group of 3, we have 1/2-13 coarse threads, drilled 27/64, which gives us 73% depth of thread. So in all of these samples here, it's approximately a little bit less than a 75% thread depth, and that's what you normally would use, is about 75%. All of the test samples are 3/4 diameter hot roll steel, because that's what I happen to have, and they're about 3/4 of an inch long. For years and years I always wondered which is easier to thread with, a taper tap or a plug tap. Well, I'm sure it's a taper tap with 7 taper teeth as opposed to 3 or 4 tapered teeth. So we'll compare those. And then this is a spiral point machine tap, sometimes called a gun tap. Remember, they cannot be used in blind holes because the chips are shot, that's why I call it gun tap, forward, and they would pack into the bottom of a hole unless your hole is extra deep. So we'll compare these 3, and the torque will be in inch-pounds. Let's get started. I'm using the Clausing 12-inch lathe, and I'm running the machine in back gears at about 100 RPM. I'm trying to keep everything the same for each one of the samples, and I have pre-lubricated, I'm not going to show that, inside the hole and on the flutes, or the teeth rather, of the tap. Let me zoom in and watch the Quinn torque meter for inch-pounds. Okay, we're ready to go with the taper tap, 5/16 18. I've already put Bow Lube into the hole and onto the cutting teeth. I'm not going to show that anymore, and I'm measuring here in inch-pounds, and I'll record that for each one and summarize it at the end. 205 inch-pounds for the tapered tap. Okay, this is the 5/16 18 plug tap. (188 inch-pounds for the plug. And I am shocked that the plug tapped easier than the taper tap. And here's the spiral pointed 5/16 18. Let's see what happens. Wow, that's shocking. Only 34 inch-pounds. That's the winner. And now the 3/8/16 taper tap. (122 inch-pounds). Okay, here's the 3/8/16 gun tap. Now it's a 3-flute gun tap, whereas the earlier one, 5/16, was a 2-flute. (64 inch-pounds) for the gun tap. Okay, now the tap size is 1/2 13, and this is the tapered tap. Wow, 186 inch-pounds, 186. Okay, here's the plug tap. (204 inch-pounds) for the plug, 204. Okay, here is a spiral fluted tap. There's 3 flutes. Do not confuse it with the 3-flute spiral point. Now, I only have one spiral fluted, and that's why I'm using it. I did not have a spiral point in that size, so I'm using what I have. It's a hodgepodge, I realize that. And most of these taps are new, but there may be some that are slightly used. Okay, I don't know what the reading was before it slipped out here, but it's going to be okay. I'll go back into the video and check that out. But did you notice that with a spiral tap, it shoots the chips out of the hole, not into the hole, nor do they load up in the flutes. So that's kind of interesting in itself. Be back in a few minutes to kind of summarize things. By the way, there'll be a little extra credit at the end if you're interested. All right, here are the results. 5/16 18. I'm very surprised that the taper tap had a higher reading than the plug. I'm wondering if it was dull. Remember, I'm not sure if some of these taps were brand new or not. And the gun tap was the amazing one. Look at that. Now, granted, this was tough steel. This is just hot rolled 10/18 steel. Not easy to machine. But I think I found this really interesting, especially the results of the gun tap. Okay, here's the results for the 3/8/16. And this is more like it. I would have expected that the taper tap took a little less torque than the plug tap, and then again the gun tap was the winner at 64 inch-pounds. So those spiral pointed taps are a bit of a miracle. I've never really used them much and certainly never tested them like this. And finally, the results for the half 13, and the taper, again, a little bit easier tapping than the plug, and the spiral easier than the other two, but I would have thought it would have been a little better, and this was a brand new tap for sure. And the interesting thing, of course, is that the chip spirals out of the hole, almost like you're drilling a hole. Okay, since you guys were good and didn't cause any drama, because I cut off the comments, here's a little extra credit. And here's something that I have always wondered, and I've never tested it, nor has anyone ever talked about it to my knowledge, but these are samples, and by the way, this is 10 or 12L14, so it should be pretty easy. But here's a 7/16 14 tap plug. Here's a 7/16 20 fine tap. They're both plugs, did I say that? So we've got I drilled a U, that's a U, upside down, looks like an N. That'll give me 70% thread depth, and the W here gives 72%, so they're pretty close, but not exactly. So I have only one sample of each. There should be 100 samples, as you know, each one with a brand new tap, but that's not going to happen. And to make it even more unscientific and to confuse you more, I'm going to use tap magic on these two samples. This is 7/16 14, that is the coarse one. Inch-pounds for the coarse. And now 7/16 20, the fine, also 12L14. Inch-pounds. And here's the results for the 7/16 14 coarse as opposed to the 7/16 20 fine. And remember, this is soft steel 12L14, and the coarse was a little bit more difficult to thread than the fine, 77 inch-pounds as opposed to 58. Also remember that thread depth is not as deep on a fine thread, but yet there's more threads in the sample piece, so it's kind of a mixed results. Interesting, I always wanted to know that. Well, I got a special guest here as I kind of summarize the video. Henry's here, say hi.
Hey.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this unscientific little experiment here. It was kind of fun. I don't really know if there's any results that matter, but I was most interested in how well the gun taps did. This is Mr. Pete saying so long for now. Say goodbye, Henry.
Bye.
See you next time. Here is a playlist of my pseudo-scientific machining experiments. All of the specifications for thread depth and tap drill size were taken from this book. Here's a typical example of how to determine the depth of the thread and the tap drill size that you need. Refer to the little green arrow on 1/2 13, and you can see if you drill 27/64, you will get a thread depth of 73%. If you drill 7/16, you will get a thread depth of 58%, and so on. Years and years ago, salesmen for major cutting tool companies gave away these little booklets, such as The Use and Care of Taps by Cleveland, and they're wonderful books filled with information that is useful to every machinist as well as purchasing agents. There are many different types and styles of threading taps. Here are some examples of Cleveland products from years ago, and since this is a 40-year-old book, I'm sure there's lots of different designs since that time, but study this and I think you will find it very helpful.